In this video, I'm going to talk about the 4 things I'm definitely buying in retirement, or at least at 60 years of age and older. Have you seen those videos out there that talk about the things you're not buying anymore in retirement? Well, these are the things, my 4 things that I'm definitely buying, because some things are worth every penny when you're 60 years old or older. Now, I didn't have the nest egg when I've reached retirement age, and I don't have a big pension. But I've learned something important, and that is you don't stop spending money when you get to be 60 years old or 70. It means you start spending on things that give back. So today, I'm sharing 4 things I'm spending on in 2026. And not because they're trendy or some influencer says this is how I should be spending my retirement. These are things that you can buy, that I'm going to buy, that money doesn't measure. And as you can see, the sun is setting here in North Phoenix. And for those sleuths out there that want to know where I'm at, you should be able to figure it out. Okay, Brad? And it is approaching sunset, so we'll get some cool shadows. And let me say this, before the sun goes down, make sure you subscribe. Okay? So, what are the 5 things? Here they are. Number 1, health. Number 2, freedom. Number 3, forgot it on my list already. Number 3, mobility. Number 4, freedom or skills. And number 5, peace of mind. And I'll tell you exactly how I'm actually spending or how I'm buying these 5 things. Let's start with number 1, health. So how am I buying my health? I'm buying my health back. And it really boils into 2 primary areas this year. Number 1 is I'm not going to be worried about spending on more expensive type food. It's not real expensive. It's just like the higher quality type foods. So I'm definitely not talking about expensive restaurants or restaurant foods cooked by fancy chefs. I'm talking about, grocery stores where I'm going to focus on organic when I can, as well as buying fresh foods, staying away from boxed food, staying away from fast foods, staying away from anything processed. So while I may spend a little bit more at the grocery store, my experience thus far really hasn't necessarily proved that, because when you get rid of all the crap stuff, the expensive stuff in the boxes, in the cans, in the preserved type foods, they add up. I will say this is because I eat a lot more of them. Buying a bag of chips, you don't just eat one. You'll eat a bag at a time. So you're buying twice as much. Plus, these foods aren't going to make me feel like garbage. Cheap foods cost you in the long run, in doctor's visits, in medications. They sap your time, your energy, and emotionally, I guess foods affect your moods and your overall happiness. I'm going to focus on buying, spending on good foods. Now, with that said, I'm going to invest in the research, and that primarily is I'm going to be spending my time. I already do a lot of that, but I'm going to continue to really spend my time on what are the new findings that research today is determining the best way to eat. All I know for sure is sugar is a lot worse than what they ever thought. And I'm going to continue to research these things and listen to the voices out there that are saying, don't eat this stuff, eat this stuff. I think this investment is really about staying as healthy as possible, but put another way, not being sick. So in my budget of what I'm spending in terms of food, the goal isn't eating perfect. It's really about avoiding expensive consequences. And that's going to be time and money well spent this year. So number 2, buying mobility or / freedom, because if you can't get around, mobility is freedom. It's a real luxury. Getting older isn't really about how you look. It's about where you can still go. Can you walk? How much do you walk? How much am I going to walk? I'm going to try to increase that, even though in the summertime that's a challenge here. I haven't really gotten out this winter, but starting now with the few months left before the heat sets in, I'm going to get out and walk. I'm going to get out and ride a bike, my mountain bike, or I might purchase, because I'm going to invest in this, into an electric bike. I really think the mobility it provides us at our age, it allows us to go so much farther. And if you've got bike paths in your area, like we've got here, it's a real sense of freedom that you can gain. And that's money. That's a purchase I welcome. Been thinking about it for a while, but haven't pulled the trigger. And I don't know if I will, but I'm definitely considering it this first part of the year. The other thing too that I'll be purchasing are, clothes, whether it be shoes or athletic wear, comfortable clothes that kind of foster, what's the right word, go with being more mobile, more active. I think that's money I will use. I will use my money to purchase those kinds of things this year. The way I see having the freedom to be mobile isn't about acting younger. It's about getting to, say, 75 or 80 years old and still be very mobile. I have a neighbor right now that's in her 80s that has in the last 2 years completely lost her mobility. She can barely walk. Was it her fault? No, but she did play a role probably the last 15 years of not being and not getting out as much as she should have. And when I say getting out, I mean being mobile, walking, hiking. Let's just call it getting out activities and being around people. Okay, this one I'm really most excited about. It's the one I look forward the most to, and that is developing skills or buying things that are going to keep me current, to keep me more involved in the world the way it works now, not the way it worked then. And what do I mean by that as far as buying skills? Well, these types of things are going to give me options in a lot of different ways. And the way I would categorize it is we can spend our money, or I can spend our money. And on those lists, they say they're not going to buy these things anymore in their retirement years, is exactly what we're talking about. Is they're talking about buying things. It's not so much buying things as it is I'm buying abilities. So what are some of these things specifically? I'm buying courses. I will buy courses. I'm buying things on video, editing. I'm paying for things like that enrich my life, that are a better use of my time. For example, YouTube Premium. I've talked about that before, where it's ad-free YouTube, and that I'm not wasting my time watching a bunch of commercials, right? Even though, feel free to watch the commercials on my channel. While you're not helping yourself, you're helping me, and helping others is helping yourself. I'm investing in community with the school, SKOOL platform. These are things that I think are money that not only benefits me, it benefits others. So I guess these are just things that don't sit around and collect dust. They're things that not only contribute to keeping active physically, they're definitely things that keep me active mentally. And what do they say? Strong mind, strong body. Strong body, strong mind. So let me just wrap it up in terms of skills. These are things that create options. Before I buy anything, I might ask, will it save me time? Will it save me money? Will it make me money? Will it reduce stress in my life? Or will it add stress? All right, so with health, mobility, and skills, the fourth thing is the peace of mind. This is the kind of stuff that will ultimately avoid expensive problems. These are things this year that I will invest in, or that I'll buy into, that enhance my life. Number one, the decluttering. It's a focus to, work on that. That also means that maybe I'll pay for services such as some basic house cleaning help. A service maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks, saves me time, de-stresses my environment, and it would be money well spent. And it's affordable. I can work that into my budget. Landscaping, just I'm always behind on, even just sweeping and watering and just doing the basic little landscaping on my little lot. But I might find some time, maybe once a month, to have some help with that, and I'd be willing to purchase that, invest in that. And then in the digital world that I live in, investing in the AI, the learning of the AI, the using the subscriptions to how AI really makes it makes life so much easier, especially when you're doing your own research or when you're trying to find out things, the way things work in the world today. You can just go to there, and it just makes you feel better when you're getting the right answers. So there are my 4 things I'm buying this year and encouraging you to do some buying on. They're investments, not expenses. In terms of your plans to purchase, your planned purchases this year, leave a comment on what is it you're planning to purchase this year? What are you buying? And have you thought about any of these 4 areas: health, mobility, skills, and peace of mind? Is there something you could recommend? Put it in the comments that would lend itself to one of those 4 areas. All right. It's that time. The sun is setting. You've got one more chance to subscribe. I'd appreciate you doing that. I'll wrap it up here. Hey, one more thing, though, that gives me peace of mind, makes me feel good. I'm making my own coffee most times, but today I did grab a Starbucks because I forgot my mushroom coffee when I came to get out here, and I just had to have some coffee. So, peace of mind, drink mushroom coffee. Holy cow, guys. I was sitting in the car doing some editing on the videos I just shot, and I'm sitting there with this going on. What a huge mistake it would have been to head home, which was I was about to do. This is called buying peace of mind, and it's only costing me my time.